But for Giselle, I would pay her dust. Giselle is worse than the bone collector. She is the garbage dispenser. Hello, beautiful humans. We're back with another season of Too Much TV. This time around, we're going to be reviewing The Real Housewives of Potomac. Now, this is one of my favorite Real Housewives franchises. And today I have with me Cody, who is normally behind the scenes helping me out with my channel, but he's in front of the camera now. This is so exciting, and I thought this day would never happen. How are you doing?
I'm good. How are you?
I'm good. So what do you think of the premiere?
The premiere, I thought it was pretty good. They had such a dramatic season last year that it's going to be hard to kind of up themselves. But it was nice that there was like a little bit of drama in the first episode, a little bit of catching up on people. I thought it was pretty good. What do you think?
I thought this premiere was pretty decent. There was a nice build up to the end of the episode. You got to see where everyone was. You got to see people connecting with each other again. And a lot of shows pre or post COVID have been a little awkward with their premieres, like, oh, COVID, it's been so stressful. There was that element to it, but it wasn't annoying to me. Because sometimes watching these shows post COVID is like, okay, I get it, COVID was bad. Can we not think about it? Can I escape it with you guys for a second?
Yeah, I get what you mean. I think it's because I think this season started filming in like January. So
Yeah.
we had already been in this for like so many months, you know what I mean?
You can tell that by the time they were filming, things were a lot more relaxed. There was a lot of normalcy in their wherever they're filming in Potomac. At the beginning of the episode, we see Ashley with Michael, and Ashley seems to be a little afraid that Michael might cheat on her because they haven't had sex in 4 months.
It's been a long time. So I thought, oh, is Michael gonna cheat on me?
I know she's like pregnant and all, but do you think Michael's sexuality has something to do with why she's scared he might cheat, or
No, I don't think the sexuality has anything to do with it.
I'm just asking for the people. I know a lot of people might be wondering.
I mean, no, I think he just likes to do it often. I mean, I don't think 4 months is that long when you're pregnant. That seems reasonable.
Pregnant, so I don't know.
But it's like, can't he just like do it himself? I don't know. But even the thing is, even when they're having sex, she's not a man, so I don't think the sexuality plays a role. But I thought it was so funny that she's like, we haven't had sex in 4 months. I have to be honest. I think that maybe he's getting it somewhere. Like he could be getting it somewhere else. Like that is just so sad. The relationship's so sad.
Yeah, their relationship is very strained because of a lot of rumors that have circulated over the years and things Michael has said. But I feel like that's something that a lot of people in their position might think about, especially if you're in a relationship where sex is such a big part of it and you have it all the time. And if
Yeah, I think a lot of like pregnant couples go through the same thing.
Yeah, I don't think it's so weird that she thinks that.
It's not weird, but it's just funny because we know we
It's
know so
past.
much of their backstory.
Yeah.
So next we see Giselle, and she goes over to visit Candiace, and Candiace is living at her new house. Last year on the reunion, she said that she finally bought a new place with none of her mom's money, and the place actually looks really nice. What do you think of it?
It was cute. I actually liked
It
her
was
house.
cute in
I
a
think,
shady way.
No, I'm not being shady. I'm just doing all this for dramatic effect, y'all. I thought the house was pretty nice. Proud of her. She's like 41 years old, so she has her own home. Love
Is
that.
she?
That's what they said. Giselle was like, "It's about time. You're 40 something. It's about time you don't live with your mom." So
Oh my gosh, I need to look
good for
that up.
you.
Keep talking. I need to check her
Uh,
age.
It's either 41 or 49. I swear I heard 49, but I think the closed captioning said 41. I don't
She's
know.
34.
Well,
I'm
I,
like,
s-
she doesn't look in her 40s. That doesn't.
I
None of
just
that
thought
sounds
I just
right.
thought she was one of those people that looked really young. But I could
No,
swear
you're
Gizelle said
confusing it
you're
with
in their
another
40s.
scene that comes up later.
So who was Giselle talking about being in their 40s?
No. Juan said that Robyn is 41, and remember when we were watching it, you thought he said 49.
Oh my God.
But anyways, what did you think of Candiace's new digs?
It's nice. It doesn't seem like it's obvious that it's a new home, and she probably didn't get a chance to furnish it the way she wants to or make it look the way she wants to because of COVID or whatever. But the bones, the layout, it's nice. I'm not a fan of a lot of the finishes, but hey, a home is a home and it's hers. And it's not with her mom's money. So good on
It
you.
was cute. It was cute.
So while Gizelle is visiting Candiace at her new home, Gizelle says F the grand dame. And Candiace is basically saying she's not trying to have a relationship with Karen either because Karen didn't take her side last year with the whole Monique versus Candiace debacle.
Karen, the hater, she's wildin'.
I don't get it, which is also why I'm over here. I don't want to really talk. I don't really have a whole lot to say.
Okay, so F Karen and everything that she has said.
Do you think that Karen owes Gizelle and Candiace an apology?
In I don't know. In the real world, it's kind of like no. Like when you
Yeah, I
stand
don't
back
think-
and look at the show, like okay, so Karen brought up something about your pastor boyfriend cheating. Is that really something she needs to apologize for? Because you all bring up random stuff like that and like throw things out. But then also like the whole motivation on the show is like they always apologize. You say something, you apologize, and then we're friends for a few weeks, and then someone says something and someone apologizes. And as long as we can apologize, we can get through it. Da 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 da. So there's kind of that, yes. Karen should just be like, oh, I said this, maybe it wasn't the right time to say it. I apologize for hurting your feelings. And then everyone can just move on.
If I were Karen, I would try to make amends with Candiace for the sake of the show.
I was just going to say that I think she more owes Candiace an apology.
Yeah, but for Gizelle, I would pay her dust. Gizelle is worse than the bone collector. She is the garbage dispenser. She just goes around spewing the utmost vile trash about everyone. Anything she hears or thinks, she utters.
Tell us how you really
feel.
feel.
Or anything. Oh, I don't like. I'm not a fan of her.
You don't
I'm
like
not
Gizelle.
a fan of her. I'm Team Karen. Yeah.
There's no teams.
Yeah. I like Karen.
I think that she should apologize to Candiace because Candiace was assaulted and Karen was like,
for sure.
I can't pick, there's no right or wrong in this situation. It's like, yeah, in this situation there was.
I feel like because back last season, Monique and Karen had an alliance. They had a real strong thing going on. And so Karen thought, well, if Monique is going to stay, I want her to continue to be my friend because one, I like her, we get along great, and she has my back. Vice versa, I have hers. So I'm not going to throw her under the bus for any of these girls that are always trying to like tear me down. But then Monique left the show, and now Karen is like left having to deal with these hoes by herself. So it's like, sure, go break bread with Candiace for the sake of the show. But as far as Gizelle is concerned, I feel like I wasn't even watching last season that much, and I knew everything that was happening with Gizelle and her husband. So I'm like, Karen saying that is nothing, whatever. Baby daddy. But Gizelle is always talking about people's husbands. At least Karen got one.
Oh,
I'm just being shady. I've been recording all day, and I'm just in a shady mood. So there's a scene where Juan and Robyn are out, and Juan is basically dragging her about her behavior throughout the pandemic. He's like, you've been lazy. You've been feeding my kids fast food, Chick-fil-A every day. You wake up at 2:00 in the afternoon, You don't do nothing. We want to have another kid. How are we going to have another kid when all you do is lay around the house? Being lazy?
Sometimes you don't get your day started till 2 p.m. That's crazy. That's ridiculous. I don't like that at all.
It's like 12.
I mean, that's a turn on.
I feel like she was going through a depression. Do you think he was being too harsh? Or was it just tough love?
I think he was being a little bit harsh. But the thing is, we know his character and we know how he is on the show. And that's just kind of how he talks to her. And she's kind of used to it. But I mean, like, depression during the pandemic was real. Like, a lot of people went through that. Like, you don't, like she said, you have nothing to look forward to. Every day is the same. You're like stuck trying to homeschool your kids and keep your house together and all that stuff. And she doesn't have a job where she hops in front of the computer. So I can understand staying in bed late and wanting to order food for them. So,
for sure.
But I think in his mind, he was coming at it from a tough love angle, like, babe, snap out of it. But I think he could have been a little bit more sensitive. What did you think?
It's a bigger conversation about mental health and how to support people going through it. And I don't think he was equipped for that, or he realized what was happening to her. And I don't even think she realized what was happening to herself. She just thought, I feel lazy, when she was probably really just depressed. And I hope they worked through it, but it was tough love he was giving it to her as tough love, but it wasn't really tough love. It was kind of like really harsh for somebody that was going through a moment.
Yeah, if you don't think about like the serious mental healthness of it, it was really funny that he was just like dragging her, like, listen,
oh yeah,
he dragged her. You can't be in bed all day. How are we supposed to have another kid? This is ridiculous.
Treated her like she was a bum off the street. Like, you are bummy, my girl. Like, you need to get up out of bed. You need to go do something. Rare or kids? Like, what are you doing? I was like, damn, Robyn, he has you looking crazy. Wendy invites the girls over for a nude interlude. What that is, child, Wendy
nobody knows.
She sent out an invitation, and the invitation was her doing the silhouette challenge. If you had the body positivity and the courage to do it, you would have probably done it. It's on TikTok. She did that. We saw a clip of it. All the girls gagged, but the funniest reaction to me was Karen, because she was with Ray while she opened the message, and Ray was poor Ray. In my mind, I'm like, Ray's probably been aroused as hell. He's probably there like, I need to take a cold shower, because her body looked amazing. Like, Wendy looked amazing in that video.
So inside her nude interlude party, she had cupcakes that looked like nipples. And she even offered them to her kids, told her 2 sons to come eat them, pun intended. And then her and her husband were like, do you recognize these? What are these? And neither of the kids could tell that they were nipples.
What?
What is it?
What does it look like, guys?
What is it?
It's chocolate.
We raised you so well.
At that age, would you have thought it was a nipple?
The kids looked around 10, I want to say, or under 10. I don't know what age they are, but I would say when I was like 6 or 7, I would not have known those were nipples. I would have been like, it looks like a sphere with a little knob on it. It wasn't
but it kind of looked like a nipple.
No, it wasn't like very lifelike. It was very animated. So it just looked like a brown sphere with a brown knob. It just looked like a chocolate cupcake. But if I was a little older, like maybe 10, 11, I'd be like, that's a titty. What is my mom doing? You know?
But I think I think one of them is like 10.
Then
she sheltered them well, I guess.
Yes, she shelters him a lot, and let's hope that he knows how to unhook a bra when he gets a little older.
Michael.
What?
Oh my God.
You can cut that out. Cut it out then.
No, it's staying in. What if he's gay?
Oh.
Wow, dictating children's sexuality. So then Mia arrives, and Mia's a new cast member who we're being introduced to in the first episode. And she sits down and starts talking to the girls and says that she has a 12-year-old kid, but also just casually mentions how she has grandkids as well. So all the girls are like, I don't even get it. What does that mean? And then she said, oh, my husband's like 38 years older. And then they're like, okay, if he's 60 and he's 38 years older, then how does that make you this age and you have a 12-year-old kid? And none of it adds up. And then she's like, oh, maybe he's this many years older. And like Bravo puts the text on screen. They're like, that doesn't add up either. And then anyways, they figure it out that he's like, I don't know, around 30 years older. What were your first impressions of Mia from that introductory scene?
I like her. I like her a lot. She is obviously not amazing at math, but she doesn't need to be because she's a fabulous business owner. She lives a comfortable life. So I like her because she's one of those people that when you meet them right off the bat, they want to just go in and let you know exactly who they are, which I appreciate. I like when I meet someone or someone meets me, whatever, let's just be honest and open about who we are as people. So we can decide right there and then if we will get along or we won't. And she was like giving them all the information. Yeah, she strikes me as the type of girl that probably she overshares and sometimes she will tweak stuff because it sounds good. And then because she's oversharing, people clock her and be like, that doesn't make sense. But yeah, the husband's 68.
Funny that you say that. Sorry to interrupt you. It's funny that you say that because she's introduced as a friend of Karen, and that is so Karen.
Child.
But no, but don't you think like
they be coming for the gun?
No, but don't you think that that's how Karen's been on these seasons? She's kind of like once in a while she'll overshare, and then like if another girl kind of calls her out on it, she'll be like, oh, I don't know if I said that. Da, 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 da. I can see why they're friends now.
I would say I would like say I see why some other girls are friends, but they did nothing to me. So
why are you being defensive? Do you think that? I'm asking you. Do you think there's similarities between Mia and Karen?
I don't know. Well, I don't know. I don't know Mia that well. I just think I like her personality. She's a breath of fresh air because I feel like a lot of the girls in the group already are a bit jaded and stuffy, like Gizelle, Karen, Robyn. They're very stuffy at this point. They've been on the show since season 1. They've been dragged by everybody and each other. And right now, this is a breath of fresh air. She's a fun girl. She's very open about her life. And she just wants to have a good time. I like that about her.
When she first walked in, I was like, I don't think I am gonna like her. But I also kind of don't. Whenever new people get introduced, I'm like, ugh. I think I just don't like new people. Like when Wendy got introduced last season, I was like, she's okay. I kind of like her more this season, like that now that she's relaxing. When Sutton got introduced on The Real Housewives of Beverly Hills, I was like,
couldn't be bothered with her.
Cut the cameras, rewinds, bring that shit back, bring that shit the fuck back.
Up to this day, I don't think Sutton is a great choice for that show. I don't know what she's doing on the show, but
I mean, they like her because she adds drama. She cries over everything.
Oh my God. Miss Lady was right. She's a ridiculous human being. I could never. But that is not about The Real Housewives of Beverly Hills.
Yeah, back to Mia. I didn't like her at first, but I think by the end of the episode, I'm like, I can understand what she adds to the show, the value she adds to the show. Like you said, these women have been arguing with each other for lots of seasons. They need someone new to argue with. And I didn't like her because she just seems so different than the rest of the girls. Like a lot of them just seem like kind of regular. Like, you know, a lot of the Housewife franchises, the women are super rich, and Potomac, it's not that same level of wealth. This is more like an accessible level to like maybe the rest of us. And this woman comes in and she feels like she kind of belongs on like, no.
Potomac started off with some decently wealthy people Karen and Charisse. Everybody else was a little bit like upper middle class. Gizelle and Robyn were a little bit struggle bus, but you can tell they came from stock. But yeah.
Yeah, but overall, it's like nothing compared to New York, nothing compared to Beverly Hills. And
True.
this woman struck me as someone who is closer to being on one of those shows. And just even like the amount of like plastic surgery she's had and just like what she was wearing. I just didn't know if it was a great fit. But now I'm thinking it's kind of nice to shake the boat and get somebody who's different than the rest of the girls.
I think she's going to introduce them to a lot of different things, give them some new experiences, probably have them do a nice cast trip to like Bali or something. Make them feel a little bit more elevated, because sometimes Potomac, it's good for the drama and all that, but Potomac, my apologies to whoever lives there. But while it's good for the drama, sometimes I'm like, can I see a different side of y'all? Please.
They said there's lots of, I was listening to the girls do an interview earlier today. They said there's lots of girls trips this season and they're really good.
So everyone arrives at the party. Wendy is going on and on and on about this long ass spiel about what nude interlude is. Long story short, this long-winded ass person revealed that she got a boob job. And that's why she threw a party, to introduce the girls to her new titties. I'm like, work, love that. Go new titties. Yay!
They look good.
But they look amazing. She got like the perfect size, because sometimes people go a little too big or they go a little too small, and it's perky and nice, but it doesn't fit your shoulders or your body or whatever. I thought hers looked beautiful. They were gorgeous. They looked like Linda Evangelista. She looks like a model, all of that good stuff. But she mentioned also she got a little nip and tuck and a little tweaking here and there, but she doesn't want to tell anyone where.
Girl, if you bring me here to show me your boobs, you better show me your butt.
Just some tweaks.
Because we all know it wasn't nothing back there before. Wendy ain't had no booty. And now, it's a little something back there.
It was so bizarre. It's like, how are you going to come out and say, look at my boob job. Oh, and I got some other things done, but we're not going to discuss it.
Yeah.
If you're going to be open and honest about cosmetic surgery, just be open and honest about cosmetic surgery. But I was on Twitter after the episode, and she tweeted about that. And she said, wait, where's her tweet? Oh, she said, they're so shady. I told the ladies at the nude interlude dinner that I had a breast augmentation and BBL. Not sure why they did not show that, but yes, I love my boobies and booty.
I don't believe it, because the girls in the confessional were like, why don't you tell us about the butt? Because obviously we know what your butt used to look like.
That's exactly what I said. How would they get that much sound from the girls in the confessionals if she told them? Of them saying, what else did she get done? I'm sure she got her butt done.
So that, I'm not buying her tweet. I think she was trying to keep the BBL a secret a little while longer. But it's like, don't talk about one if you don't want to mention the other. The before and after photo killed me. It took me out.
Yeah, that was wild of them to do. Bravo is so shady. But I'm thinking maybe they could have, I'd have to go back and watch the episode again, but maybe they like creatively edited it based on what they asked of the questions in the confessionals and just took bites of them talking about the before and after, but they knew about the BBL.
It felt very much like Robyn. It felt like Robyn was saying in the confessional, okay, what else you got done? Why not tell? Because your ass looks bigger. Obviously, you got that done, but you're not telling us. So it didn't feel like she told the girls, based on what I saw. But then again, editing, you work into you can tell me, are they that good? Can they create a story out of nothing? Can they create a story out of nothing?
Reality TV producers, they can.
Is that what you had done with your boobs? I had my boobs done, and I had other tweaks.
How about you? What have you had done?
Oh, everything.
Because it seems like you've had a lot of stuff done.
Yeah, and it was weird also because at the table, Mia was like trying to ascertain what else was done, but she got so defensive. She was like, I only got my tits done and a few other stuff you don't need to know about. And what did you get done? And Mia's like, I got a lot of stuff done. Chill, girl. Like, I can tell you, I'm not ashamed of it. And she's like, well, you look like you got a lot of stuff done. I was like, whoa, you just met the girl.
Mia's like, yeah, I did. I got Botox, fillers, lips, 4 boob jobs, tummy tuck, my ass done. And then she says she got her clit done.
And I live for it.
To a bunch of women she's never met before.
And that's why I love her so much. She's like, I don't know these people, but if I'm going to be friends with them, they just need to know who I am today. Like right now, this is who I am.
I just don't I don't even know what that looks like. Like she said, oh, after you have a bunch of kids, it gets bigger. So she had surgery to make it smaller. The thing is, how big was it? Like, was she self-conscious about how big it was? Because I'm thinking the bigger it is, the more sensation there is.
Well, I'm not exact, so I don't know. But I do know that that part of the anatomy comes in a lot of different shapes and sizes and variations. And so if she didn't love how it was after the kids and she wanted to tuck it in and make it a cute little button or a little purse or whatever, go do it. You can afford it. Power to you. But the other women were like, ugh, she got her clit done. That's gross. How? And they were like, what ran through you to beat it up that badly? I didn't like that. I was like,
yeah,
you don't need to shame her.
Yeah.
Maybe you want to do it, but you can't afford to do it. But she can. Celebrate her. But she was able to do that. Work. Power to you.
I think that's where like there's a lot of moments that come out in this show where you see that like traditional kind of Southern, I mean, they're not super Southern, but like the DMV area, that type of like mentality.
Very highbrow and judgmental of everything that seems not traditional. So that and to me was a bit gross.
Candiace tweeted about it because Candiace wasn't she wasn't at the party. She said, how does one work on a clit? LOL, stay tuned as we dig deeper. And the interview that I was listening to earlier today, somebody said that no situation on the show is a one-off. So if something happens in a situation, that storyline will be brought up again. There's no part where it's just boom. So I'm sure we'll hear more about the clit surgery as the season progresses.
It's very obvious that these women are very sheltered and ignorant of a lot of things going on around them, because if trans people are able to have reconstructive surgery, you can get your clit worked on, baby. It's not that big of a deal. It's not that if she can afford to do it, it can be done.
Yeah, I don't think they're saying
it's not like she went to but they're like, oh, how does one get that done? It's not like she went to Tijuana and got it done illegally.
No, but I want to know what does that process look like? I'm also thinking it must be a rough healing period.
Child.
So then it's brought up that Candiace isn't actually at the party, and Robyn says that she thinks that she didn't want to be around Karen yet because they're still on bad terms. But earlier in the episode, we heard friggin' Candiace's booty hole flapping in the bathroom as some stuff was running right through her. And she also tweeted that she had bad fast food and she basically couldn't even get dressed. She said, my poor booty hole.
Oh, it just keeps coming out. Oh my God.
Do you believe that story, or did she just not want to be around the grand dame?
I believe the story because I am not going to put that type of information or that visual of myself on national TV about me having the runs.
Why not?
And I think
you don't want to see Karen, you make up some stuff.
If I don't want to see her, I'm a grown person. So I'll just be like, I don't want to come, girl, because I don't want to be around her yet, but have fun. And I don't think Candiace is that childish. I would hope she's not.
But Candiace she's very emotional, and she's talking about how she's still dealing with the trauma of being assaulted So maybe she didn't want to come to the party and have that discussion already with Karen about like, you didn't take my side when somebody beat me.
I do understand that trauma works differently for everybody, and she was assaulted. It's on camera. It happened, and she's working through it, and she's upset that the Grand Dame was not picking her side like on the schoolyard, you know?
So she wanted to make a believable story.
If she was making this story up about having the runs, I think she is trash for that. Grow up. Just say, girl, I don't grow up. And just say,
reality
I don't
TV.
want to be around her. Making up a story about having the runs. Who are you? 7?
Everybody does a gag here and there for the show.
I've never been on reality TV. Don't plan on it, so I guess that's what they do. They lie about having the runs. It's even saying it feels gross. I can't.
So then Wendy, the host of the party, is at the table and she's like, I just want a lot of positivity for this group this year, et cetera, et cetera. And
One would
Gizelle
think
right away,
a lot of positivity should be in the group after a pandemic, but no, I don't see that happening.
Gizelle right away is like, oh, well, that's not going to happen because I hate Karen.
My hope is that we can be collectively in a great place. Because
that might be a little difficult.
Also, it's good to have goals.
Yeah.
You know.
But why is that going to be difficult?
Well, we all know I can't stand Karen, so
Well,
that's
the feeling's mutual.
And then things just
Karen's
explode
like, the
from
feeling
there.
is mutual.
Exactly. Things explode, and she basically says, you know, this season I'm gonna reveal all your truths. Like, I got a bunch of skeletons in my closet. I'm gonna talk about you cheating on your husband, all the things that you say when you're drunk, et cetera, et cetera. And then Karen says, oh, well, I'm gonna tell some tales about you and your hot box, and that's why no man will stay with you, because your pussy's on fire, and not in a good way.
And that's nobody.
You don't want this.
You're drunk truth.
You are a drunk.
You're cheating truth.
And you're hot.
You're broke truth.
And shut up.
She brought it
Just
up.
shut up.
I'll spread it out over time. Don't worry.
You know what?
I won't tell it all tonight. I'll spread it out.
You want to talk about your fiery box that's on fire, and that's why you can't keep a man?
Who do you believe? Do you think there's any credibility on either side with those accusations?
I feel like there is never smoke without fire. And there might be some tiny sliver of truths in between all the shade and the foolishness that these two grown-ass women are throwing at each other. I think it's very shite of Gizelle to say that I'm upset with you because you talked about my baby daddy not wanting me and like having extramarital affairs with other people, which was in every single blog. So I'm like, whatever, girl. And so Gizelle is mad at that. And because she's mad at that, she is willing to air every single piece of laundry that she thinks she has about a friend she's known for decades to the entire public. I was like, that's some vindictive ass thing right there.
Yeah, but it might not be about that one thing, you know what I mean? They've had bad blood for the past 5 seasons.
I'm just saying, they're both grown
So she could
women.
be like, I'm over it.
If you're over, well, she's not. If she was over it, she wouldn't be trying to like take her down. If she was over it, she would be like, I don't pay. Lisa Vanderpump was over it. When she said, I don't need this, I'm done, that's over it.
Yeah.
When you want to take someone down, girl, it's under your skin. It hurts you. You're emotionally invested.
I'm over it, but like, I'm done with this bitch. I'm gonna kill this bitch. I'm getting revenge on this bitch.
Very vindictive.
Gonna die.
So I don't believe a lot of what Gizelle has to say. I feel like Gizelle is one of those people that they will repeat whatever they hear in the streets, or they will have a thought and they will just manifest that thought into speech. And it doesn't have to be that this thought was pulled from anything in reality, but that's just something they felt. Also, what Karen was saying in response about
But she
Gizelle
said,
having the.
hold on. She said that Karen cheats on her husband. That wasn't pulled out of thin air. That's been word on the street for years.
Okay, you're talking about specific things out of like a multitude of things that she threw out during that conversation.
I think that was one of the main things. But anyways, go on.
For you.
For me.
Anyways, it doesn't matter to me either way. Nobody has anything to say about me. So with Karen's response, I'm not believing it either, because she's hurt that this friend of hers is going to rehash old rumors and try to start new ones to hurt her. So she's probably going to be like, well, I've heard some unsavory stuff. Let me just throw that on the table. I don't know if it's true or not. I ain't never seen a doctor's note to say she has the clap, but I'm going to say it because she's out here saying I'm cheating when she has never caught me laid up with a driver. But that's what she thinks, and that's what she's going to say out loud. So I'm just going to say what I think out loud. I think these two women are just kicking dirt at each other, and none of it is going to stick, and it's just trash.
What were your final thoughts on the whole episode and the season?
Oh, I am excited for the season because the first episode was really good. I got to see drama. I got to see a fight. There was sexiness. There was relationship issues. I'm here for all of it. And I can't wait to see how the rest of the season plays. I can't wait to see how the rest of the season plays out. That's it for this episode of Too Much TV. Please drop a comment down below. What was your favorite part of the episode? Let us know what you think. Don't forget to like, subscribe, please, and share with your friends. Until next week, bye. Hey beautiful humans, you've made it this far in this video. Why not subscribe to my Patreon? You can sign up for exclusive content I don't post on YouTube, or support me making content for this channel. Speaking of, why don't you watch another video?